our friend John Harper of the Daily News wrote yesterday that the Mets may be interested in Yoenis Cespedes if somehow his market dropped to the point of a one-year deal in hopes that he'd maybe get more money in a thinner outfield market next winter. And, Andy, what are you hearing? Any chance the Mets bring him back for a one-year deal?
Well, I'm hearing the same as John, that they certainly, we've heard no on Cespedes for a long time, but that wasn't like, oh, you can have him in a walk year again, and this time you get to attach a draft pick to him at the end. They would love to do that. My read on the situation, more big picture, is that the market has not developed to the point yet where Cespedes is thinking about doing that. There's still teams like the Tigers, the White Sox, the Orioles that need that outfield bat. So if you're Cespedes, why would you jump at a one-year deal right now? I will say that just keep like one half of one eye on this. It's an interesting possibility, although, Anthony, probably you couldn't go so far as to call it likely or anything.
No, in fact, I think there's no chance that that actually happens. I think at some point Cespedes will get paid. It may not be the 6-year deal that he dreamed about, but it will be some sort of significant multi-year deal. Guys get paid, and I think a lot of us are thinking now, because it's January and there are so many good outfielders out there still. Justin Upton is another big name that's out there. Everybody's like, well, what's going on? You can have all these guys cheap, buy them $5 million a year, 1 year, and then you go in the thin market next year. But, I just can't see it happening. I mean, it's not March 1st.
Right.
I mean, it's January 12th.
And you mentioned Upton. This year's free agent market in terms of outfielders is strong. Next year's, the 2017 outfielders, as you're about to see, are not great. Do you guys think that this is in his mind as a reason possibly for him to accept a one-year deal, bet on himself, work for Max Scherzer, and then make even more money next year, be of more value?
I would say that I don't think he's thinking of that yet. And I agree with Anthony that a lot of things have to happen for this to happen. So for me to say Cespedes is thinking about this because is probably even out ahead of it. But if his agents are huddling and looking at the big picture here and are seeing that, there's definitely something to that. However, Cespedes is not, because he was traded in season, is not attached to a draft pick this year. He would be a year older next year, and you would obviously, a team, like if the Mets signed him on a one-year deal, they'd give him a qualifying offer. That's a no-brainer. So he'd have to deal with that. So even though that's a weak crop, he doesn't want to be one of these draft pick guys.
So if they did agree on a one-year deal somehow, I know you're saying it won't happen, but how much money would that be for? Because $14 million is the qualifying offer. It would have to be, you'd think, upwards of 20.
Absolutely, way beyond that. I think it would have. I think for him to be satisfied with anything like that, it would have to be more of a record-breaking type thing in terms of average annual value.
You agree?
Yeah, because he's a guy who's been open, as a lot of players are, about caring about the ego and the status that comes with the contract. So you nailed it, Anthony. I think the AAV there would have to be huge.